We're thrift browsing today, and I found some pretty cool stuff. And I want them, but we don't have anywhere to put them at the moment. But I'm taking pictures of some stuff. But check out this Santa Claus. He's pretty cool. This Santa Claus right here too. So look at this Santa. Isn't he cool? Oh. Look.
You know, I just thought they were.
Wouldn't we make a good little couple? But so here's the Santa. So keep this Santa in your mind right here. So if you're in California, you can come and get him at the Savers for $6.49. Oh, okay. So they're still here. Check out these elves. I'm like dying because I want them so bad because I am like a clown collector. But look at this clown. Isn't he just the coolest? He's like creepy cool, right? Look.
You found that here?
No.
But it doesn't stop there. Watch this. There's another one. And they have this cool. Aren't they just the coolest? So with that Santa and these two clowns, wouldn't they make like the perfect trio? Oh my gosh. They're drunk. They had too much eggnog. Oh, come on. Hang on. They had too much eggnog. So, yeah. So, check out. They're like... Wouldn't they make the coolest trio? They're so cool. They're kind of creepy cool.
What are they?
They're elves, like Santa's elves, clowns, and then it's Santa.
But like a gesture too?
Probably, yeah. Maybe I just see them as elves and that's a gesture, huh? But I'm like taking a video so I can show people. It's kind of creepy, but they kind of make a good little trio. See, people don't understand me.
Yeah, this is creepy.
And then those are pretty up there. And this, isn't that pretty? I can't wait until we get into our bigger place because I'll be able to decorate. I like to get stuff from thrifts that's like Savers is like my favorite. So if you've never been to a Savers, go to your Google and then put in Savers near me, and then it's like a thrift store, and then just go check it out. So it's like estate sale, you know, when people have estate sales, but it's inside. Cool little butterflies, candle stand. And so that's only $4.99, right? It's so cool. You know, a little necklace tree. Yeah, I like to browse thrift stores just because I like to browse someone's got some driftwood here that they did some stuff on. So like I like to go to garage sales and yard sales and stuff. But I spend a lot of money and gas driving around, and plus they're outside and they get dusty and dirty and all that stuff. So I'm just more like, go to an inside place. There's this other thing that's really creepy. I don't know if I showed it to you yet, but I'm gonna head over to it right now. But this is a cool cup. It's a cool mug. And it has a $5.99 price on it. That's pretty cool. And of course I have a basket full of goodies. Look at this. Ooh. That's kind of scary, right? What's funny is that my filter's trying to do a face recognition on this monkey. So it's probably making it look like it's got rosy cheeks and butterfly eyes like me. So maybe it doesn't look scary with the filter that it probably just put on it, but that's going to be interesting to see when I look at it. Let's see what else I can find. Oh, these teacups. Oh my gosh. Right? So these are just like your basic stuff. And then there's like, of course, there's a lot of this kind of stuff up here in California. So the little plate and the little teacup. And look at these little teacups. Little teacups. Oh, they're so cute. And they come as a set, but it's got little flowers in it. This cute little pink flower, right? Reminds me of my grandma's house. I don't know why, it just does. I keep thinking that monkey is somebody standing behind me. Let's see what else we can find. I was like, well, why don't I just make a video instead of just walking to each item? Oh, my son left a message for me. This is cute. It's like got little ornaments, and it's like a tree stand. That's cute. My cats would have a heyday with that. It's $5.49. Come snatch it up if you're in the area. Okay, so we came down this aisle, and to me, this would be a swing. I would think that this is a swing, but it's probably a plant holder, right? And it's brand new. And it's $4.99. Wow. Let's put it back. Yeah, so I was just taking pictures of this stuff, and then I thought, why don't I just take a video? Take a video, it will last longer. Remember when we were back as kids, and we would have like little comebacks that was like, someone was staring at you, and you're like, take a picture, it'll last longer. When we were back being our sassy little selves back in our Gen X days, before we had this internet stuff, so that we could call 1,000 people at once, a bunch of membranes. You know what I mean? bunch of membranes. Now we're like, you're just a bunch of pronouns. You're just a pronoun. Get away from me, pronoun. Stuff like that. Oh, wow, look at this. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's got a cross on it, and I'm not a Christian, so we don't have crosses in our house. Because I hiss at them. And there's like... I just want my dog to be a stay-home-at-home dog. Okay, now we're over in the holiday stuff. How are you way over there when you're right here?
I just came over here.
Yeah, you walk like lightning. Silly
new.
goose, brand new. Well, that's what we're looking for is brand new. Brand new.
And they're still bringing them out right now.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a cane.
For the old man.
The old man.
That was going hard.
Oh, what do we see here? A squeegee, so when we go down to do the laundry, we have our own squeezy. Because it's always a big puddle mess down there. Ridiculous.
I'm just playing through.
Yeah, I had a pool stick that said Aries on it, and I went and pawned it for like, can't even remember. Probably for like $20 or something. I don't know.
So you get hangers off, I got it.
Okay. Let's see if I can turn this around. Oh, I know what I should have this on. That one thing. Let me see if I can do that while I'm on here. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Let me go take a looky look. Flip camera, mirror video. It is mirrored. Remove background noise. Pause live. Settings. Comments. Content. AI generated. What is that?
You know they got a bathroom here, right?
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna don't know. Oh, there's a little piggy.
Like this. This is cool.
Yeah. There was this lady that was walking by, and I was putting those two elves and the Santa Claus together. And she's looking at it, and I'm like, they look kind of cool together, don't they? And she goes, what is it? And I was like two creepy elves and a creepy Santa. And she's like, aren't those jesters? And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe that's what they are, but they still look good together. And she goes, okay, if you say so. When she walked by, I'm like, yeah, she didn't understand. So she's not going to understand that. She was backwoods. Oh. Babe, look. Casio for the cat. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. That'd be funny if it came on, huh? So I'm going to get a Casio for my cats when we get a bigger place, so that when they walk on it, they can play music and I can record it, and then we can do the meow, 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 make their own music. They will become so famous. Oh, look at the cute little owl with the heart. That's cute. It looks like our one president, what's his name? What's that one lady that was running for president? Clinton. Doesn't that look like Clinton?
Come on, baby.
Okay. I didn't know they had one here. That's interesting. That's cute. You're a little fat cat. All right, ready? Rudolph, you don't play games. Watch out for Rudolph. You don't play them reindeer games. I have a feeling they're going to be here for a while. Okay, honey.
This is the same kind of hot pot. This is that.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly the same.
Those are good, though, the hot pots.
Yeah, ours still works just fine now.
Oh, yeah.
I seriously have to play with that.
Let's go. You stopped here.
I'm waiting on you.
Okay. Okay. You pretend like I'm rich. No hate. No shame. No shame is my game. No shame is my game. Oh, he really has to go to the bathroom, but he has time to stop to check out some jackets. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'll be here, but I don't want to get anybody in video. You know, maybe they don't want people to know that they thrift shop. I'm a proud thrift shopper. I don't care. I used to work at the Savers down in South Jordan, Utah, and I was quality control. So I can come here, like he brought me some shirts and I'm looking at them and I says, no, this has got grease on it. This right here's got a snag, and I can automatically see it because I was quality control, right? I was such quality control, I found $10,000 cash in a purse. Yeah. And I thought it was fake money, like play money. And then I went and called my manager over, right? At first I was going to put it in my smock and then take it up front and look for my manager. But I looked over and I seen that my manager was over to the right of me. And I called him over and I said, hey, and I can't remember, Chad. Of course, his name's Chad. No, he's a Chad. So I called him over and I said, hey, I found this. I don't know if it's real or not. So I just wanted to check first before I threw this purse in with the rest of them for either good or bad. So then he's like, oh, I'll take it up front. So he takes it up front. Then he comes back maybe like an hour or so later and he pulls me aside and he says, that wasn't like $500 that you found, because I thought it was like $500, right? Because it was like the older dollar bills that we have before they changed them out, and it had the ribbon on it. And so he takes it and he says, it's $10,000 that you found. And I said, oh, cool. So we're supposed to get 3% or 30% of whatever we find that's of value of stuff like that, right? Well, he then changes the rules all by himself. So I was like, okay, so then I'll get like $3,000 of that if they don't, you can't find the owner, right? Because I have to go through LP and stuff. So he didn't go through LP. 5 days go by and I says, well, have you guys found the owner yet? It's got the ribbon on it. You'll be able to find the owner. And he's like, no, and we have 30 days until we find him. So I was like, something just feels off. And this was the day before Mother's Day that I found this. So I was like, it's a gift from my son that's up in Asgard, right? I was like, but I don't take stuff like that because karma lasts a lot longer than $10,000 or any amount of money, right? Because karma lasts throughout all your lifetimes. So I was like, something feels funny about this. He started coming in acting like he just won the lottery, right? And he was just this and that, and he was just being really arrogant. So what I decided to do was the right thing, and I contacted South Jordan Police Department, and a friend of mine contacted the media. And so they did those look right. Let me see, what's this?
Stained up.
I mean, yeah, they've got stains on them.
Work pants, though.
Yeah, they're work pants. If you want to get them, the price is right, then get them. If you're just going to get them dirty and burnt anyway. Are they 100%?
Yeah.
Check the zipper. Nice, okay, then they should be okay. Work pants is the place you want to go, is the thrift store, to get work pants, because you don't want to pay $50, $60 to $100 for a pair of pants and then go and because he's a welder and an iron worker, so his clothes kind of catch on fire. So he has to have 100% cotton, like Levi's and stuff like that, and it's really hard to find stuff like that that's cheap, so we come here. So but anyways, yeah, so back to the Savers that I worked at. Chad, he's been I picked up some, anyways, let's just get back to the story. So anyways, I did a Channel 5 interview with it and that, and so South Jordan Police Department went over there and talked to that manager, Chad, right? And Chad says, well, our policy is that any money that's found, we takes like 30 days for it to go through LP, loss prevention, or whatever, And the police says, yeah, $2,000 and under. Anything over $2,000, you're responsible for reporting to the police. So the police went and took that money from Chad, from that Savers up there in South Jordan, Utah. And it took him a couple of days to get it to him. And he should have just had it there in the safe, or I don't know what he did with it. But the police called me like just a couple days later and said, we found the owner to the money. And let me tell you this before I tell you what they found of the person. So my confusion about it was, if they're gonna donate the wrong purse,
Yes, ma'am.
I says, well, it could be someone that that ran away, that saved a bunch of money to run away for their safety and start a new life. Or an elderly person, like woman, accidentally donated it and she needs it for medication or something. Or what if somebody was offed, you know?
I think you got enough there.
What if somebody became unalive and this purse was like just disposed of because they were getting rid of their stuff, you know? And so the police says that it was an elderly woman who accidentally donated the purse. And then they asked me if there was like any reward or anything like that. Do you want her to contact you, or do you want like contact? You know, I says, no, that's not what it's about. And I told him karma lasts longer than any amount of money. And I think that whoever owns this money, it belongs to them, and it just needs to get back to the owner. And so they contacted me and said it's going to be in her bank account in 15 minutes. And I said, okay, thank you. So then I called back 30 minutes later and I said, so how did it go? And she said that she was very happy. So that's awesome, right? No, I think we've got enough, babe. Okay, he wants to look at the jewelry. There was this, anyways, it's Savers, right? So my man, he's looking at the pants here. And he wanted to get these Carhartt pants. And I was like, I don't know, because they're like $30-something for a used pair of Carhartt. And I'm like, I looked at them. Like I said, I was a quality control at the Savers in South Jordan, Utah. And we're at a Savers. And I can look at stuff and say if it's worth it or not. And I'm like, no, those pants should be only like $14. But then things are expensive up here in California. So I was like, well, you know, $19 is probably, but I'm like, you know, like, I think it's too much. So as I'm overlooking in the t-shirts and stuff, because I need t-shirts and I get like the newest ones and the cute ones so I can lounge around the house, and we wash them, of course, before we wear them and whatever. And I know how to pick stuff out that's where it's new. And he goes back to those pants without me knowing. And I know he doesn't carry anything on him. And he comes over and he has the pants in his hand and he shows me a $20 bill. And I was like, well, where did you get that? He's like, it was in the pocket. I'm like, okay, then the pants are gonna buy themselves, right? He's like, yeah. And then there was something else in the other one. And I told him, I said, what's scary about these places is that they don't check it really good, because the employees don't really do their, job. They just want to just get through the day and whatever. And I says that my scariest thing is getting something and not checking it or not washing it, and there be a syringe or narcotics or maybe even a razor blade or something in it, especially if it's something for a child. So always check your pockets from the outside first, and if it's a purse, open it up from the bottom of the outside and push the inside up, and that way you can see inside it. Because I also did security at the Real Tinto soccer games and stuff like that, so people would have to go through metal detectors and stuff. So I was bag check, so I'd check their bags before they go in, so they couldn't take in any weapons and stuff like that. So I already did. I looked to see if they had any boots. But yeah. But that's my story about that. And my grandson, who's 19 now, this happened way back in like 2015, but he's like, remember that time you found that $10,000 and that old lady wanted to give you your reward in 15, but he's like, remember that time you found that $10,000 and that old lady wanted to give you your reward and you didn't want it? And I said, oh really, she wanted to give me a reward? And he's like, yeah, she was on the news and she said thank you. And he goes, you didn't see that? And I was like, no, grandma's just really busy with work and stuff like that. And well, actually no, I didn't see it, you know, but I wasn't expecting anything. But I have a nice story from it, right? I'm gonna have to go now because we're getting ready to leave and I have to help back. So thank you for joining us.